Hello everyone, I'm RiverFox and welcome to the channel. Now today we are going to be carrying on with our simple tips and whatnot series. This is the new series which I am starting, which is going to be answering some of the frequently asked questions within my comments section. As you may know, I do regularly go through on a daily basis through the comments, and I do try to reply to as many as I can. And I have noticed quite recently that there are quite a lot of comments which are sort of duplicated by a lot of different people. So this series is going to be trying to answer those most asked questions. Today we are going to be going through another question that I do get asked quite a lot in the comments is, what are my favorite or my most used hero loadouts? So for today's video, we are going to go through my top 5 favorite loadouts, and there is a bonus loadout then at the end. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Okay, now first on the list is power-based knocks. Now I will always use this hero loadout whenever I do any jail builds, as this is going to make your building stronger and give you recycling materials as well. So brilliant loadout for any jail builds. So we do have power-based knocks then as our main commander, and he does have Rosy Decoy and Plasma Pulse, but we're not really interested in those for your jail builds. So he also comes with power modulation, which structures affected by base are healed for 11% of max health every 10 seconds. So every time any husks will damage your structures in your gel build, then it's always going to be repairing itself. So for the team perk, we do have recycling, which base generates resources based on affected structures. Higher tier structures generate more resources, interact with base to collect. So every time things are damaged by the husks, then you will always be generating yourself some new resources back. For the support team, we have Lofty Architecture, which base increases building health by 28%. That is covered by base Kyle. We have Hotfix, increases the building repair speed by 10%, which is covered by Hotfix Hazard. And we have Frozen Castle. Enemies standing on structures affected by base are snared by 15%, so it means it's going to be holding them in place for a short period of time, which is always a bonus in jail building. And that is covered by the Ice King. Now, next off we have Mega Base, which increases the base connectivity range by 1, and this is Mega Base Kyle, one of the best constructors for support slots. Next one is Tough Traps, which increases the trap durability by 17.5%, and this one is Machinist Harper. So that is my first loadout. Now, next up on my list is Fossil Selfie. Now, this is purely for my farming purposes. So I don't have the best of damage with this hero, because generally I'm not really going to be fighting husks and killing husks. I will literally just use this loadout for farming. So Fossil Selfie, he does come with Seismic Smash, Phase Shift and Teddy abilities, which can be quite useful if you do get any husks after you, then at least they will sort them out. And his perk is Sarayan Focus. While shield is depleted, regenerates 12 energy per second. So to go with that, for the team perk, we have got Blast from the Past, which removes all shield and increases max health by 200%. So because you don't have any shield, that means that your energy is always going to be regenerating itself. So a brilliant ability for farming quite quickly. So for the support team, we have got Sarayan Hide. While shield is depleted, increases armor by 33. So again, you don't have any shield, so you're always going to be getting that additional armor, which is going to make it a lot harder for the husks to be able to damage you. They will still damage you, but not as much as if you didn't have this perk. Next one then is Saurian Might. Sorry, let's go back up there. That one is Prehistoric Isa. Apologies for that. Next one is Saurian Might. Every 1 second adds 3% of current health to damage of next range weapon hit. And this is literally just so that you have got some form of damage in there, just in case you do get any husks come after you. That one is Rex Jonesy. So next down the list we have Work, which increases the pickaxe damage by 17%, so you can at least pickaxe and farm a lot quicker. And that one is Pathfinder Jess. Next down is Phased Out. Decreases the phase shift cooldown by 25%, so you'll be able to move around that map a lot quicker. And that one is covered by Flash AC. And the last one then is Phase Forward. Phase shift grants an additional 30% movement speed for 3 seconds. So again, you can move around that map to farm that much quicker. And that is covered by Recon Scout Eagle Eye. Now, I have done a review on this quite a while back, but I have done a review on the Fossil Selfie, so I will link that down below just so you can see just how good a farmer he is. So next on my list at number 3 is Auntie Coddle Sarah. Now, this used to be one of my really favorite loadouts. It is still a really good loadout, and I really do enjoy using it. I don't use it as much as I probably should, but this is an awesome loadout, especially if you want to solo missions like encampments and things like that. This loadout is absolutely OP. Now, Auntie Coddle Sarah does come with Kunai Storm, Smoke Bomb, and Throwing Stars. And her perk is melee weapon eliminations grant 22.5 energy. And for the team perk, we have got Underdog. For each hero of epic or higher rarity, increases healing received by 2.5% for each nearby enemy. So for every enemy that is close to you, then you are going to be receiving some health back, which is a brilliant perk to use. So for our support team, we have got Poking Holes. Increases spear damage by 25% against afflicted enemies. And this one is Deadly Lotus Luna. Next down we have Corrosive Strikes. Melee critical hits apply 30% snare and affliction, which deal 37% of damage dealt each second for 3 seconds. So it can deal some phenomenal damage. And that one is Deadly Blade Crash, a brilliant hero, even in a commander perk. Commander slot, she is a brilliant hero. Next down we have Bringing Down the House. Heavy attack eliminations have a 12.5% chance to grant Rocking Rift, which increases damage by 50% and melee attack speed by 32%, decaying over 8 seconds. And that is Power Pop Penny. Next down in the list is Pointy Fury, and that increases spear heavy attack efficiency by 65%, and that one is covered by Piercing Lotus Edge. And the last one is Survivalist, which eliminations heal you for 39 base health over 3 seconds, and duration refreshes with additional eliminations. Now you will notice there's quite a few perks in here for spears, and the reason for that is I do use this quite often with one particular weapon, and that weapon is the Ear Splitter. This loadout with the Ear Splitter is absolutely amazing. It is still one of my favorite top loadouts. No matter how many other different loadouts come out, how many different abilities come out, this is one of my favorite, and I have quite easily soloed 140 encampments using this loadout and the Ear Splitter. It is phenomenal. Basically, the more husks that you kill, the more energy you receive, the more health that you receive, and you can literally, if you've got enough husks around you, you can literally just sit there with your spear stuck in the ground, and you can go on for ages and ages, and it will literally just keep killing the husks and regenerating your health. It is absolutely amazing. So at number 4 on our list is Machinist Harper. Now, Machinist Harper is another constructor loadout that I use, but this one is more for doing damage and trap durability. So instead of for jail building, this will be for normal missions where you need to do a lot of damage to the husks to get rid of them and make your traps last that bit longer. And they can be quite good for SSDs and endurance as well. So one of my favorite constructor loadouts. Now, Machinist Harper has Plasma Pulse, Rosie, and Decoy. And for her perk, she increases trap durability by 52.5%. That's a phenomenal amount, so it can work really well in your storm shields and your endurance. So for our team perk, we have gone Supercharged Traps, which increases damage of traps affected by base by 8.5%. So that again is going to increase that damage of those traps and make them work that much better. So for the support team, we have Mega Base, which increases the base connectivity range by 1, and that is of course Mega Base Kyle again. We have Field the Base, eliminating enemies standing on structures affected by base charges base. After 30 charges, base emits an explosion which knocks back enemies and deals 39 base energy damage in a 3-tile radius. That is a mouthful. And this one is covered by Heavy Base Kyle. Another brilliant perk. And next down is Electrified Floors. Enemies standing on structures affected by base take 12.7 base energy damage every 5 seconds. So it's going to be increasing that trap damage and base damage over and over again. So another brilliant hero. Next down again is the Frozen Castles. Enemies standing on structures affected by base are snared. That one is again the Ice King. It's another brilliant one. And last but not least is Lofty Architecture, which base increases building health by 28%. And again, that is base Kyle. And at number 5 in my list, and probably my most favorite hero loadout ever in this game, is the Swamp Knight. This is by far my favorite hero loadout. With this loadout, you can basically sit in your mission and you can do the sit down emoji and just sit there killing the husks without even having to shoot a single one. It is absolutely awesome as a loadout. So if you haven't already got your Swamp Knight from your dungeons, make sure you do that, because they will be leaving on the 30th of June. Who knows when you will be able to get this hero again. It is by far the best hero there is, in my opinion. So Swamp Knight, he does come with Shockwave, Warcry, and Going Commando abilities. And for his perk is Unearthly Treat. Increases damage versus miss monsters by up to 42% based on the percentage of your missing health. In addition, taking damage has a 45% chance to conjure a phantasm. Targets a nearby enemy, dealing 62 base energy damage in a 0.5 tile radius, 1.5 second cooldown. And for the team perk, we got Trick and Treat, which gives you 50% chance to conjure an extra phantasm every time you conjure one. In addition, phantasms have 33% life leech. Now, it does require 2 Fortnite heroes in order for that one to work, but if you can get this, it is absolutely phenomenal. So for our support team, we have got Monster Smash, which increases life leech with melee attacks and Going Constructor by up to 15% based on the percentage of your missing health. And that is Arlene Isa. And next down is Ghoulish Cackle. Increases ability damage up to 37.5% based on the percentage of your missing health. And that one is Willow. Next down is the Survivalist, which eliminations heal you for 39 base health over 3 seconds. Duration refreshes with additional eliminations. And that again is the Birthday Brigade Jonesy. Next down is Energy Siphon. Eliminations with energy damage restore 8.5% of missing shields. And that one is Intergalactic Ken. And the last one is Serine Hide. While shield is depleted, increases armor by 33. And that is the prehistoric Isa. And as I said, this is an absolutely fantastic loadout. I can't stress enough how much I love this loadout. So I did say there was going to be a bonus loadout. So this is my 6th and final bonus loadout, which until recently I've not been a bow person. I've never really liked bows and never got on with them. But as soon as the new Xenon bow came out, this Stoneheart Farah loadout is amazing. Again, you can quite easily solo so many missions with this hero and the Xenon bow. So with Stoneheart Farah, she does have Crescent Kick, Throwing Stars and Kunai Storm, and her perk then is Cupid's Arrow. On bow hit, arrow splinter, dealing 60% of damage to 5 nearby targets. So you can basically do one shot and you can quite easily kill 6 husks with one single shot. Team perk is Totally Rocking Out. Rockin' Riff also increases crit rating by 160, decaying over 8 seconds, and heals 73.75 base health. Now it does require 2 totally rad heroes. So for our support team we have got Battle Beat. Eliminating 10 enemies in 9 seconds grants Rocking Riff, which increases damage by 50% and melee attack speed by 32%, decaying over 8 seconds. And this is by Breakbeat Wildcat. And just as a tip for this, even if you were to go into your endurance and you will sit there AFK, so you're not physically killing those husks yourselves, you will still get that 50% increase of Rockin' Riff and additional damage. Because those traps are killing the husks, it will still work for you, even if you are sat there AFK. So it is brilliant, especially in AFKs. Next up is Sub Wafers. Harvesting metal objects has a 32% chance to give sub wafers. Consuming sub wafers grants Rocking Riff, increases damage by 50% and melee attack speed by 32%, decaying over 8 seconds. Next up is Explosive Rounds. Every 6 ranged weapon eliminations trigger an explosion which deals 37 base damage in a 1 tile radius. And this is Wukong, which is not the best as a commander in all fairness, but in support slot here is absolutely fantastic. Next up we have Sure Shot. Increases sniper critical damage by 75%, so that will increase the damage of your bow shots. And that one is Rabbit Raider Jonesy. And last but not least is Quick Scope, which increases the sniper damage by 17%, and that is Redline Ramirez. So that is my 6 favorite hero loadouts. There are so many more that I could actually go through with you. There's quite a few actually that I do like to use, but these are probably the most used loadouts that I've got, and they're pretty much permanently set up. I do have another 2 slots which I've got different heroes in, which I will chop and change and maybe change them up a bit from time to time. But these are the 6 loadouts that are always set in my loadout screen. So I hope you do find these useful, and I hope that you can actually make use of these hero loadouts yourselves, as you will definitely benefit in your missions from these. But I hope you do enjoy. Don't forget to hit that like down below, and if you haven't already, then do smash that subscribe before you go. There are currently 84% of you that are not currently subscribed to the channel, so please smash that subscribe. If you do buy anything from the Fortnite store, please consider using code RiverFox, as it will help me out a great deal. But until the next time, I hope you have a lovely day and stay safe, my friends.